start again, can I ask you to take your seats, please? Thank you for coming back after lunch. Lots of questions in the break, so hopefully we did answer some of those, but we've inspired others. So I'm hoping this afternoon's session will kind of continue in that theme. We've got some amazing speakers again to kind of add their expertise into particular areas. The first of those is around social media, because that is, somebody said earlier, that's a thing. It is a thing. It's a thing we all need to tackle, and kind of make the most of for engaging with our customers, our audience, and something that really offers amazing opportunities to us as small businesses. So I'm going to hand over to Yeti, who is going to tell you all about how to get social. We've got about half an hour, and there's a chance to ask questions as well, so make sure you are paying attention so that you can ask her particular things that you need to tackle. And a big round of applause to get us going to Yeti, and she's going to help you with everything social. Thank you.
How's everyone doing today? I know I'm doing good, and my lunch was really good, so I thought that was a great start to getting my speech done. But I am Yeti. I am the founder of Yettis Kitchen. We've got two branches, one at Eccles and the other at the Printworks. So we offer food in the restaurant, takeaway, deliveries, anything you could think of, food-wise. Let's be specific. Anything you can think of food-wise, and we also offer food to aircrafts as well. So, and of course, social media helped me with that. So I'll start off the slides today by starting off talking about social media. What is social media? Social media, for me, I'll explain it from my perspective. We might have different perspectives. Some love it, some hate it, but I have a love-hate relationship with social media, but because I'm a very private person, so I'm very careful about what I put out there. But as a business person, I have to be on social media as a preference. Some people are doing business and some people are not on social media, but we all have a preference. So social media is how we all connect with our customers, our target audience, if it's B2B, if you're trying to target fellow businesses, you can find customers that using social media. Or if you are trying to get known, you can also use social media for your benefit. And when I talk about social media, there are different types of marketing. There is online marketing and there is offline marketing. When we talk about online marketing, we talk about social media mostly, especially for 2002. When we think about social media, you can, I don't know, can anybody recognize 50% of the logos on there? Or is anybody in the room that can actually do 100% of all the logos on there? No. Let's see. 50%? Yeah. Okay, who wants to give it a try? I heard you from here.
I'll give it a try.
Go on.
We've got YouTube,
Uh-huh.
we've got RSS feed, Google Plus, Printed, Facebook, SoundCloud, App Store. I don't know what it is. Is that Instagram something? Tumblr.
Tumblr, yeah.
Is that Instagram?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Pinterest. I don't know what's
PayPal?
PayPal, yeah. Etsy. Is it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the guys are helping me. Capture all, yeah, Dropbox.
Uh-huh. LinkedIn? You can't miss LinkedIn.
No, the one before it.
Don't know that one.
Yeah, exactly. Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's
Behance, that's for creatives like myself.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what K is.
Okay. Yahoo.
Yahoo.
The Nigerians would know that one. Yeah.
Badu.
Blogger, I think.
Logo, yeah. Pinterest, another time. Apple. I don't know what that is. Windows.
Definitely Windows.
Android.
Uh-huh.
Google Drive.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. eBay, of course. Evernote. YouTube again.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure.
TV library.
WordPress.
Uh-huh.
Skype. And is that it?
I've seen that one before.
Basketball.
But yes, that's social media for you. on average, we would be able to recognize these brands on social media. And the power of social media is, if you're more effective on social media, people should be able to recognize your brand, even without writing the physical name of your logo. So when you look at half of these logos that you see on here, they don't have their name on there, but we all visually recognize them, and that's an amazing thing of what social media does. So we're talking about business social media today specifically. I would rather not bore you with what social media is. We're here for business, and I'm going to be talking to you about business social media. So when we talk about business social media, we all have our preferences. As a business person, you will be very busy, and social media might not be your cup of tea. Obviously, if your business is social media, which is you're a social media manager, you obviously have to be on social media all the time. But for myself, because I'm in the hospitality industry selling food, the last thing I want to be doing is tweeting about the food I'm selling. There's some people who are very amazing on TikTok who they literally make a living off just videoing foods and stuff, but I have a set menu, and my menu is probably about 13 items. So after 13 days, you can imagine that I have nothing else to tweet about. It gets harder as the days go by. There's only so many ways you could present chips. You could present chips flying in the air, present chips. It's still chips. There's not so much you could do with chips. So when you have a set menu and you have a set number of items that you're selling on social media, it is a lot harder to make it more interesting. So that's why you need a strategy. And when it comes to strategy, you need to decide what platforms and how to present what you're selling on what platforms. You don't just serve the same item across, if, for example, if you're putting up a social media post to say, I'm selling this shirt at £5, it's not the same way you present it on TikTok that you present it on LinkedIn. You don't repeat the same kind of content across all social media platforms. So when we go with business social media, on Facebook, we have Meta Business Suite. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. I'm just going to look at my notes. Yeah, so on Facebook, you can open a Facebook business page, and it could be separate from your personal profile. Some people obviously don't want to have their business page on their personal profile, so you could create a Facebook business page. And once you create a Facebook business page, you could definitely select a username. I would suggest that you make it a very unique username, something that can easily be remembered, because you need to choose your brand colors, you need to choose your business name that goes with that. So one thing I have found when I've obviously mentored other people is many people choose a Facebook name initially, and then they go to register the business afterwards, and then they realize that that name is taken. So then you might have Yettis Kitchen 111232, and that makes it harder for the users who are trying to find your business to find your business. So one thing you need to do before actually opening a Facebook business page is actually searching for the name of your business. It might sound amazing in your head, but in the world of social media, you need to actually do the research to find out if that name is available, right? So the first call, obviously, when you want to open a business is to search on Companies House to make sure that that name is available, because that will be your first point of call. Search on Companies House to find out if the name is available. If the name is available, and this is literally what I would do. If the name is available, you obviously go to Facebook, search that same name. If it's available on Facebook, you can actually reserve that page and register it right there and then. Once you're done with that, you go to Twitter to find out if it's available. Once you've literally checked Facebook, Twitter, which are the popular ones, I would say a bit of LinkedIn, but totally depends on what kind of sector you're in. I am in the food business, so I'm not really a fan of LinkedIn for food, because food is a very visual business. If it's what you're presenting to your users that they want to order right there and then. LinkedIn is very much corporate, so totally depends on your business model. LinkedIn might work for you in terms of promoting your business on LinkedIn. So you check all these social media outlets to make sure that your business name is available. And you also check out, especially on Instagram, one thing you might find is that name might not be available. So you have to think of something more genuine, something more exciting that customers can remember you for. So once you're done with searching for your username, one thing you also need to make sure is you have a professional, and I'll repeat again, a professional email address. Most of the times you're going to be sending clients proposals. It's not really a good look if you're sending a client a proposal from a Gmail account, because I get this all the time. We have a lot of scammers out there, we have a lot of fraudsters out there, and the last thing you want is your proposal coming from a Gmail account or a Yahoo account, and you follow that on with the end of your email is also coming across with a mobile number at the end of your email saying, please contact me on this mobile number if you wish to go ahead. These are the things that lose you proposals. These are the things that lose you meetings. People don't want to speak to you because they're not sure if you're an actual business. So you need a professional email address, you need a professional website. And when I say professional website, most people would go for Wix, most people would go for WordPress. I'm a fan of WordPress because I'm all about saving money, right? And when I mention WordPress, when I mention Wix, you might be wondering, what does that have to do with social media? It has everything to do with it, because all of this feeds into your SEO. All of this feeds into your SEO and how you rank on Google, right? So you might be thinking Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that's what I'm here to talk about today. No, everything you do on the Internet of Things feeds into how your business reputation is viewed online, right? One thing I'd also throw out there as business information is also be very wary about how you upload pictures on the internet. There are quite a few people who are very fond of screenshotting other people's images and putting it up on their social media platforms as their image, without any reference to say this is the original owner of the photo. So you have to be careful that you're using your own images, and if you're using stock images, you also have to make sure you save the license information just in case anybody asks you to take it down. You can prove that you actually have the rights to use the image or the video, right? So when you're uploading images that actually belong to you, one thing I would say in terms of your metadata, and when I say metadata, it is how Google finds your business or anything to do with you. So for example, if I'm taking a picture of jollof rice, which is one thing that's on my menu as a Nigerian restaurant, I'm taking a picture of jollof rice. One thing I would definitely do is save my image as jollof rice at Yettis Kitchen, Manchester. As you can see, in that naming convention, I have named the food, I have named my business in that naming convention, and I've also said Manchester as the name of my image. Those things would help you, because once you upload that image, anybody searching for Yettis Kitchen or jollof rice in Manchester, my image would probably come up. And when anybody actually clicks on that image to say, oh, that looks like what I'm looking for on Google, if they click on it, there's a higher chance that my website might come up, and then that person actually comes to buy from me. Do you see how it's an ecosystem? So to you, you might just be, oh, I want to upload an image onto my website. You might be just making your website, might take you, it takes me about 3 days. So the other day I saw a post from somebody who was saying she's got about 29 days to make a website, and she was saying we should pray for her. And I was like, 29 days, that's a lot of time, because in the world of where I come from, I've got 3 days only, because I've got to go buy food and cook it and all that stuff. So what I'm trying to say is, you might just be so focused on the end goal, which is, I want to build a website. So you're just uploading images. You might upload 20, 25 images, 30 images. You don't name any of them. All of them show screenshot 15, 10, 25, which is a date that you took the image. And that's all. That's the only metadata on your actual picture on your laptop or on your phone. But if you never name any of your images, it makes it harder for any of your users on Google, Instagram, Facebook. It makes it harder for users to actually find you, because you're not helping yourself. So all of this stuff that I just said to you about naming your pictures on your laptop or any of your pictures that you're trying to upload, name them specifically to your business. That is for free. You don't need to pay for that kind of marketing. It is totally free. So once you're done with that, you obviously open a Facebook business page. You also have Instagram, where you can also have an Instagram business page. One thing you could definitely do on Instagram is you can either go for a personal page or you can go for a business page on Instagram. I must put it out there that most businesses have higher conversions when you have a personalized approach to talking to your customers, right? I'll repeat that again. Most businesses have a higher conversion rate when you have a personalized approach to talking to your customers. Customers don't want to be spoken to like they are in a lecture theatre, right? You need to decide what would be your approach in marketing. Are you going to be full of humor? Are you going to be cocky? Are you going to be straight to the point? Are you going to highlight the problems and the solutions that you're trying to solve first, and then talk to the customer about click here to buy? But the first thing you want to do is definitely not post a picture. I've been speaking for that long. Right. But what you don't want to do is post a picture and click here to buy. That's it. You've lost the customer. They need to know why to buy. They need to know what's the story behind why they should buy the product. How's the product going to help them? So when we're talking about Instagram, Instagram is very visual. We have a lot of pictures on Instagram. We have a lot of reels on Instagram. And if you're looking and struggling to create content, you can always outsource. And I know this is a part everybody doesn't like to hear, because it's all about money again. You can outsource content creation, but there are many cheap options out there. One of the cheap options that I definitely utilize is Envato Elements. I wish I could write that down, but I'm hoping, does anybody know what Envato Elements is? Yes? You can outsource it. So it's Envato, I'll spell it. It is ENVATO Elements, which is LE. No, that was not right. That was not right. ELEMENTS. Envato Elements. On there you could find stock pictures, you can find stock videos, you could edit videos that actually create and engage good content for your customers, right? If you're looking for free, Envato Elements is not free, so just put it in up there. And they've not sponsored this conversation either. I'm just telling you what makes my life easy as a business on social media. If you're looking for free options, we've got Pixels. They do free pictures, free stock pictures that you could use. iStock, but those are pretty expensive. You need to pay them for the pictures and videos that they provide you. You could get content from all these different websites. Canva is also a favorite. It's definitely blown up in the year 2022. Canva has been used a lot and abused a lot by many businesses on social media. You could get flyers designed. So if you're looking for where to design flyers on that look great, you can go on Canva, which is CANVA. You can go to Canva to download flyers that you can edit and personalize for your business. If you're looking for logo creation, Envato Elements as well, which is not free, but you can definitely go to them. Or you can go to Fiverr, which is Fiverr. You can go to Fiverr, and as the name depicts, you could probably pay about £5 to £10 for somebody to create a logo for your business. And all of these things, once the person sends you that logo, once more you go with the naming convention, you name your logo specifically to what your business is, what your business location is, so that forever and ever, wherever you send that logo to, it will be remembered that that logo belongs to you. So for example, if I was coming to an event like this, and an event like this asks me for the logo for Yettis Kitchen, when I send it to them and they actually upload it to their website, it would show that Yettis Kitchen has something to do with Startup UK. And I don't need to do that work because I've named my logo already. When we talk about WordPress, which is your website here, WordPress allows you to create a free website, and I put that in quote. There are many free WordPress websites and they work amazingly. You do not, and I really don't know why new businesses do this, but you do not need to pay Wix £10 a month, £20 a month to get your website up and running, because you can always go to WordPress to get this done. Of course, you need a hosting space. You can get to host your website using any of Namecheap, any one.com, or many website host providers, and they host your website for you. Then you go over to WordPress, and like I said, Envato Elements provides you with templates, so you can actually update and upload or edit a template to meet your needs for a website. And when you're building that website, it also helps you with your footprints across the Internet of Things, which then feed into your Instagram and all of that. In terms of another thing you should definitely do as a business on social media, and I know it might not sound very social media-y, you might be thinking, this still doesn't sound like social media to me. It is very much what you do outside of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is what matters in getting you conversions on the actual social media platforms, and that's why I'm talking about these things. We also have Google My Business. That is something you definitely need need, and I say need because this is a free service to register with. You don't need daily uploads on Google My Business. You don't need any of that stuff. Google My Business is how customers find you. If you're not on Google My Business, it's almost like Google is the greatest search engine you could use for your business, either paid or unpaid. But if you're not on there or you've got an Instagram page, it makes the job harder. So first things first is Google My Business. Register your business on Google My Business and make sure you're visible on there. Put in your opening hours, put in images that have been tagged with your name on there, and it makes it easier for customers to find you. Aside from Google My Business, I would suggest that you definitely register with Google Alerts. You need to know what people are saying about your business. You'll be surprised. From customer reviews to people actually writing a whole thread about your business on Twitter, and you will be sleeping at night saying, I've had a great day of business today, not knowing business. People get paid for this, actually, I might say. People actually get paid for this, which is, you know what, I don't like that person. That person's got more business than I do. I will pay you £50, £100 a month to write a blog post about that business every day, talking about how terrible their food is for the next 1 month. And there are people who will take up the job. So you need to be in a place where you're managing your reputation on Google My Business, and you're getting Google Alerts. Google Alerts allows you to get notified by email every single time somebody mentions your business name. And if your business name is your personal name,
you better be a dentist.
So obviously, apart from being a chef and running a restaurant business, I also do music. So my personal name also matters to me. So apart from having Google Alerts for my restaurant, I also have Google Alerts for my personal name because I need to know what people are saying about my music. And it doesn't mean you're paranoid. It doesn't mean you're Googling yourself. It just means that you want to make sure you're on top of things. So if somebody's saying something adverse about your business, you want to know about it and you want to have a chance to give feedback or say something about what they've created. And of course, Google allows you to report any malicious posts about your business or malicious posts about you. So you can always report it to Google and they decide if they wish to take it down. If they don't take it down, you then obviously need to manage your reputation in a good way by paying somebody to create lots of good blog posts about your business. So it's now a matter of time. They create 100 blog posts to say your business is bad. You need to create 1,000 so that they end up on page 5 and you end up on page 1. It then becomes a competition, right? But we're not here to talk about reputation management. Yes, we'll talk about social media. Yeah?
You've said about buying websites.
Yeah.
So, and the reason at WordPress it's free.
Yes, it is.
So if I take a template from WordPress, I can put it on host it on a GoDaddy host site.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you just edit it and it goes live, and you don't need to pay £10 a month for it. You just need to pay for your hosting.
Any recommendation for the hosting?
I used to, but the thing is, they want to get you in, and that's the annoying thing about hosting websites. They tell you £10 for the next 3 years, and after 3 years, you're paying £500. So I could recommend one now, but yeah, I use one.com. That's what I use, and they sent me a bill 2 days ago for £200 for you to renew my website. So yeah, I'm not happy about that because it started off at £10. But it is what you do. But we build websites. Google Alerts, Google My Business, those things would help you with reputation management, and of course it will help you with reviews. When a customer gives you a review on Google, you can always respond to it. I have a confession. I initially started out responding to customer reviews. Anytime somebody gave me a review, either good or bad, I'll respond, and that was the personal touch that most people wanted, which is, you know what, I can always speak to the owner of the business through my reviews. But then it began to backfire, where people knew that you do respond within 24 hours, so it became a chat function rather than a review function. Right now in my business, and this is not what I'm advising you to do, it totally depends on what kind of business you do and the kind of personality you have. If you know you're going to have sleepless nights because of what somebody said about your business, don't check the reviews and don't respond to them, because you're going to be twiddling your thumb waiting for them to respond again. And it's now becoming, like I said, a chat function. So at the moment in my business, I don't respond to reviews anymore. If it's bad, I leave it. If it's good, I also leave it, because it helps my personality. I would lose sleep because of a review, so I thought that was best. the best way to go forward. But Instagram, by all means, when you're uploading your pictures, make sure you use hashtags. In the beginning, when Instagram started, we could use about 30 hashtags and more. We also have hashtag generators. You can just type that into Google and a lot of websites will come up showing you what kind of hashtags they could provide you. So it depends on what industry you are in. If you're a florist, you can just type in florist hashtags and they would suggest hashtags that you can use in your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter posts, whatever. They will generate hashtags for you. Yeah.
Just quickly, would you recommend using the same hashtags or varying them each time?
Varying.
Varying, yes.
Varying, because
okay.
you just never know. You never know what your target audience
Might be
wants.
missing out on one of the keywords, yeah.
Yeah, so you never know. So at the moment, because I'm based in Echoes, definitely you find Echoes in my hashtags.
Yes.
You want to use location hashtags, you want to use product hashtags, which is chips, jerk chicken in Manchester. Yeah, jollof rice, that's the famous one. But you know your competitors are using jollof rice, so you don't want to keep using jollof rice. You need to improve your market. But yes, so that's one thing you definitely want to do. Hashtags generator. If you run out of ideas, hashtag generators help you. And because I'm a busy person, I'm running low on time. Because I'm a busy person, I also use Later. Hootsuite is obviously a famous one that many people use to schedule posts on social media. But I came off them because I think they just got their billing wrong and they kept on emailing me every time. So I came off Hootsuite and now I'm on Later.com. Later.com allows you to, I'm never going to go into that. Later.com allows you to schedule posts to post in the future. So for example, as I speak to you today, I've got posts all the way till December that will be posted on my behalf and I don't need to touch my social media account. Of course, every now and then you need to check in every day. So whilst you're in bed, not my advice, but whilst you're in bed, you can always just go through to see the comments from the day and respond to customers or respond to any questions that they might have. But one thing you should definitely do is not just post in advance for the next 1 year and you never touch your social media ever again. That's not the point of social media. When you post in advance, you need to check in every now and then, put up a story, put up comments and just engage with people. And not only that, you could also go to other people's profiles and talk about what they're doing. Leave genuine comments, not just emojis. People, let's not be lazy. Not just a smiley face or a clap. You actually need to write sentences. I know that can be very, very cumbersome, but actually engage because you like the social media accounts. And through that, because I'm in the hospitality industry, so I follow the hashtag weddings. Right, so this could be an idea for your business. What if you're in the plumbing business? You want to follow renovations as a hashtag. Follow those kind of hashtags. You can find it on your Instagram accounts how to follow such hashtags. Follow those hashtags, and whenever there's a post about stuff like that, you get notified on your personal account, so that way you can engage with posts in that hashtag area. And because you're engaging with posts in that hashtag area, you could probably get some business. All of this stuff that I mentioned to you are free, but it takes a lot of time, and that's why we use stuff like Later and many of the other services that I mentioned. I definitely use, Adobe and the whole host of tools in Adobe, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects. I use all of those things to get my content going. All of these things take a lot of time. All of these things take a lot of learning. I learned all these things that I do. I edit my videos myself. I post myself, I do my graphic design myself, all because of YouTube. YouTube is a new university and we can all be graduates. I'll just go through. So planning, distribution, engagement, ad spend. I would say if you want to do some advertising, definitely Google advertising. Definitely get your advertising on Google, get your advertising on Instagram. Facebook is my least favorite because you spend money, but if you're not spending at least £150, you don't get a lot of reward for your spend. They will give you a lot of likes. You might get 4,000 likes on your advert. 4,000 likes isn't money in your pocket. So they will get bots to actually engage with your advert, and you'll think that was a successful campaign, but that's not going to give you money. But Instagram, you might actually get comments. It might sound like Facebook and Instagram are the same thing, but I'm talking about reward for your money. And then we've spoken about hire already. And questions?
Oh, can I just ask, but it's very personal really though.
Yeah.
I put captions on my images. When you were talking about tagging them with, you know, your website to get more traffic and to get noticed by Google, how do you do that? Do you, when you're saving the image, save as, or?
Literally just the image name. So when you have it on your actual laptop, before you actually put it in the internet,
Yes.
our actual image, rather than saying
Rather
it
than
as
it being-
screenshot, just
yeah.
literally, rather than just being flower pot.
Uh-huh.
What's flower pot? How does Google know that flower pot? You sell flower pots. You need to put your business name on that and the file name on your actual computer.
On the actual.
Computer.
Right. Thank
And
you.
then when you upload it online, if anybody's searching for flower pots in Manchester, because you've named your image flower pots in Manchester by Jenny's,
Great.
that
Thank
image,
you.
when they click on it to say, oh, that's a pretty flower pot, Pinterest and all that would point at you
Oh,
as somebody offering that. And that's free, but people don't do it.
excellent.
And so you don't really use like embedded hashtags and things
I do,
hidden inside of your pictures.
but that embedded hashtags are all online. Let's remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm saying before we even take it online, we need to do the metadata work on our physical laptops first. When we're doing it on our WordPress websites, on our Wix websites, Wix is also helping you as a search engine. Do you see what I mean? So even before you've gone live with your website, Wix knows the name of that image, and that's the image that Wix will put as published online. Google knows that that image is published online via Wix to your website. It's a spider web, and no one can find you if it's just screenshot and then it's the date, because that's what computers do. It's a screenshot, it's the date of the image at the time.
So you don't put at whatever your
Not the
hashtag.
at sign, because it
Yeah.
might not be read.
Right.
At,
Okay.
at the physical name of the business or whatever.
I'm actually a Facebook art specialist.
Mm-mm.
So, coming from a place like Nigeria,
Mhm.
I'm just a month ago here.
Mhm.
So, and I have a business in Nigeria.
Mhm.
So it's a new terrain now. So the challenge I'm finding, I have a challenge of past payment, compare naira to pounds.
Mhm.
So what metrics do you put in place in making sure that you retain your existing customers?
Are you still delivering in Nigeria or still sorting out? Still.
No, according to I'm still having that business in Nigeria.
Mm-mm.
So I'm considering having the business in
I would say wording. Wording is how you get across that. You could say that you opened a new branch in the UK, right? And it's all about the narrative. The person that controls the narrative is the person with the money, right? You don't say, oh, because you've got your Nigerian audience, you should grab a new audience here. If your Nigerian audience knows that you also offer products in the UK, they could also help you with a promotion, right? So wording of what you post is very important. And you can also, our flagship store in London, Soho.
Yeti, that is brilliant. Thank you so much for a rolling run through everything, social media, websites, chips,
Yeah.
jollof rice, everything, how to name your images and beyond. Really useful, practical tips to kind of get started across those platforms. So massive thanks to Yeti.